So before we decided to end last time, we were talking about the fascinating topic of Pokemon. Where does everyone shit? And so we are back with that wonderful little... No, I'm fucking kidding. Welcome, everyone, to yet another edition of the TorchFork Tuesday show, the show where we drink a lot, we occasionally talk about games, and really, we just cry a lot, and drink a lot, and cry a lot again. I am your host, Steven, also known as Jonathan Crane, also known as Why the Fuck Is He Still on a Camera? I am joined by the usual gang of merry crazies to my whatever direction he might be in. We're going to start with Rob, I swear it's not that one, Kelly.
Woo!
He is the fella that you can always see him or Chris Kellogg doing Retro Haven. He has a bit of an obsession with Final Fantasy and Silent Hill as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm good. Two dogs just approached me. Not leaving. I'm good, though. I'm good.
Sounds good. To what end? And Wild Jody was spotted. Awesome.
A Wild Jody has appeared.
And please do not throw any balls at the Wild Jody. We cannot have that done on stream.
And something appropriate.
Indeed.
But fun.
Well, no comment.
Just chuck them. Full force.
Just chuck the balls. Chuck the balls. We are classy motherfuckers on this show, of course. To the far right, probably, or one of the rights, we have the resident close right. Excuse me. The resident ball expert, the resident cockfighting master, Caitlin. Caitlin is slightly addicted to Pokemon, and
I'm not the one.
I'm playing Moon also.
Sure. And she was just recently playing Majora's Mask and wishing it was Pokemon. Caitlin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just actually got a text from Gary that says I'm craving my new Pokermans. And then I said, I'm sorry, and he replies, make sure you bring my fix with you tomorrow. I laugh, and then he says, X, mind you, I'm not ready for that sun shit yet. So this weekend, when I gave him Pokemon X to play in the corner while I streamed Sun, or when I streamed Moon, he just didn't stop, and that's all we did all day. Like, we were just cuddled next to each other playing Pokemon for, like, the entire weekend, and I'm pretty sure that must have been Rob and Jody, too. Like, I don't know. Like,
so you gave him your hand-me-downs, though?
Pretty much, yeah.
He actually played through it. He's already farther than me. I gave up on my X playthrough because I just really like Ruby and Sapphire better. I was like, I'm done with this. Gen 6, I'm moving to Ruby and Sapphire.
So, essentially, It's not just hand-me-downs, it's passing off the shit she doesn't want anymore.
It's pass-me-overs.
Well, I told him to play Sun, but now he's too attached to Moon. He says they've already bonded. Or not Moon, he's already too attached to X. He says they've already bonded.
In what way? Like
There's a cream for that.
The
bonding to your X is usually a bad idea.
KY and some soft music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
Wait, what? To get him to get rid of Pokemon? I don't want him to get rid of Pokemon. I like.
No. Was saying that's the bond.
Oh God.
Caitlin, we've talked about this. There are actually 12-step programs that can help you.
I've been wondering why it was so slippery.
Oh yeah. No, that's the Astroglide.
That would be if it was sticky.
Astroglide is a real thing.
All right, I just want to say that within the first 5 minutes, we've already talked about shit and lube.
No, really, the one that I always buy is so slippery that when you try to touch stuff after you have it on your hands, you can't pick anything up or open doors. It's pretty bad.
Let's just let that hang for a second. All right, and then we're gonna move on to the fellow that somehow still has his innocence. I don't know how.
Jesus Christ! What?
That was awesome.
Oh, that was Jody.
What did you get? What did you get? Tell me so I can tell everyone.
Live stream. What is
who's okay. Oh my God. A baggin appeared.
You finally got one?
Oh.
I'm so jealous.
Now she's laying like a little girl on the couch.
I'm still waiting.
While Caitlin is cursing her life and everything in it, let's say hello to the Great White North, apparently. And no, I don't mean the Viking. I mean FNAF. I mean Mike. I mean hello.
Hello.
the guy that makes Kellogg weep tears of jealousy for the fact that he has every Nintendo game known to man within reason.
Really, really close.
Seriously.
What are you still looking for anyway?
want a hug?
What was like the one thing while he deals with Jody?
Okay, well, I would absolutely love a stadium events. I think everyone would, but I don't think I'll ever get one. It's like 10 grand and forget it. I already have world-class track meet, like 2 copies of it already, so there's really no point.
Is that really
But
that in demand? The one that came with the power pad?
yeah, it was actually the very first release of the cartridge, and Nintendo bought the rights to the game and repackaged it so they can put it with a power pack. And so they just released stadium events, multiple, in only a couple markets, and there's some sealed ones still kicking around, and oof, I'll never get one of those. But and of course, the gold Nintendo World Championship 1990 cart would be brilliant, amazing.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah.
you figure your soul will go on the chopping block for those 2 games, at least.
that's
Okay.
all right.
All right. Well, now we know what a human soul is worth. It's worth a couple of hunks of plastic.
Want to know
Yeah,
what
gold.
mine's worth?
Yeah, I don't know if you could. I don't even think you could describe a Nintendo cartridge as a hunk of plastic.
Well, a hunk of plastic, a bit of PCB, and lots of tears, apparently, according to Kellogg. So many tears.
Indeed.
And finally, speaking of tears, I don't know what that segue was going to be, but Eli! He is the He is the host of the game show. It is the game where people get drunk, and if they can beat Eli and crew, they win games.
Yep.
Mostly if they show up, they win games. Basically, if you're
Yeah,
just
right
there.
now it's pretty much if you show up and say you want a game, you can get a game until I clear out some of the old stuff on my list.
The rules.
Fair enough.
What's
Are
that?
you doing it this Thursday though? Like we it's Thanksgiving, guys, and we are live. This is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, if people can let me know if they want to do the game show on Thursday.
Thanksgiving
'Cause
Day.
There are
I'm-
so many turkey jokes we can make, and so many ass and dick jokes.
No, but the thing is, a lot of people are going to be busy on Thanksgiving anyway. Hey,
You guys realize that Thanksgiving already happened, right?
Canadian Thanksgiving. We have not had our Thanksgiving. We have to celebrate the day that we did not slaughter someone.
So, Mike, you watched a lot of Northern Exposure, right?
All I ever think is Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Good day, eh?
I actually think it is Doug McKenzie. We're just not really sure of it yet.
Now, I do know that joke that I made was fairly bad, so sorry, eh?
It was.
No problem.
I will say that it is fun to watch a Canadian hockey fight because everybody's saying sorry between punches.
Any hockey fight? No, Canadians don't say sorry when it comes to hockey. They riot and beat the shit out of each other for hockey.
But that's great. That's the best part. It's the only time you can go to a hockey game and you may or may not get punched in the face if you're in the crowd.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yes, it does.
What do you mean it doesn't sound fun? You a wimp?
I mean, yeah. I'll admit that. I don't want to get punched in the face.
Awesome. Randomly
I wear
violent.
glasses? That would fucking suck.
It's like hockey is the only sport where just the 2 people skating on the ice is enough reason for attack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't get me wrong. I like
Yeah.
watching hockey fights.
Oh,
I don't
you just
want
don't want to
be
participate.
involved in one.
Okay.
They also have all that stuff where they like pull shirts over their heads and everything to beat the crap out of them more. It's crazy.
That's to give you a better hug.
Yeah.
Also,
Highly accurate.
hard for you to
Highly
punch.
accurate.
A more
They just
violent.
really
hunting
like-
game.
They just really like getting an up-close view of the textile work that went into the jersey. That's all that is. And you can still see through the aerated cloth.
See, what you're not seeing is that they left out the captions on the video where the guy is saying, "Pardon me, sir, this is such a fine shirt. I can't believe. Where did you buy this? Where did your team get these? I must have one for myself."
We're
pretty
Canadian,
sure-
not British.
Well, yeah. The
I
problem
was
is
trying to fancy it up to make you sound better, but fine.
they can't sound better. They're French. It doesn't count. That's even worse.
Well, some of them are
Anyway,
but most Canadians primarily have identified as British in the past.
it's because they're very, very sad about the French part. And I don't blame them because we know French people and yeah. World War II rifle picked up, dropped once. Anyway,
That's all I got. Slow clap for that one. Okay.
that's fine. Anyway, there's even more slow claps necessary because we got a shitty fucking list to look at tonight. So what is the point of this show?
I am looking forward to one game though.
I admit that as well. Probably not the last one because boy did that suck. Anyway, the whole list and nothing but the list. So we are going to look at a bunch of trailers and we're basically going to riff them. No, we're not going to insult them all. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Because a lot of what we pull comes from Steam Greenlight and Sony and Microsoft and other publishers. Oh, God help us all. We're going to get right into it. The first one is, the first game is called Sparkour, which sounds like a very bad wine. Sparkour is dated as releasing late 2016, so we're not even really sure. And the notes from Stylo: Mirror's Edge if it was a competitive multiplayer game that had much simpler graphics.
Okay.
And I do want to say a lot of these none of us have seen. Some of them people have seen. So the surprise is real.
Now, this one they are very, very clearly trying to be Mirror's Edge, though. Like the bright white coloring of all of the majority of stuff, the red indicators, just pure red on indicators for stuff, bright yellow colors for highlights, like they wanted to be Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, this is Mirror's Edge without the city and the plot and faith and pretty much everything that made Mirror's Edge Mirror's Edge. They kept the mechanics. And Caitlin either found something or
she was playing Pokemon. She wasn't even looking at the screen.
No, I was looking at this, and I ran into the thing I was looking for and accidentally ran away from it.
And we have just lost Caitlin for the rest of the show. She is going to be in a catatonic state for the rest of the show. I guarantee it. Better luck next time. I'm surprised her camera didn't just shut off right now.
Dreamy Warrior said turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey fucking.
Turducken?
No, he said turkey fucking.
Oh, turkey.
Or turkey fucker.
Oh, turkey
fucker, yeah.
Also classy. Very classy.
So, I guess my opinion on this game is I found the first Mirror's Edge game to be, like, really boring. And, I don't know. I played it and it was kind of cool. But I got bored really quick and I ended up watching, what the hell? I watched my best friend's younger brother actually beat the game, and it had a cool plot. I guess I just didn't care that much, and so the parkour-y games, I guess with the exception of Assassin's Creed, which I haven't played any of those since 3. I don't know. They just don't really catch me that often. I think this one looks really colorful and pretty, but I also know that Mirror's Edge was really colorful and pretty. So, basically what I'm trying to say is I'm extremely neutral and don't have a real response.
That was a lot of words to give us nothing.
Hey, it's called filler, and I accomplished it.
That's what most of this list is. Trust me, we're good on filler. I assure you. Eli. Oh no, she's dying. Okay.
She had her hand up.
I know, but I felt really bad. Maybe she was just.
No, I have something to say.
Okay,
say it.
Thank you.
Oh, she's gonna be all snappy for the rest of the show.
No, I'm so mad at this trailer for me actually looking at it.
Now that she lost her Pokemon.
I lost by running away from it. But anyway, I played Mirror's Edge. I played a goddamn lot of Mirror's Edge. And you know what? This game, if it's actually like what it claims to be, which is racing your friends through obstacle courses, could actually be pretty cool. I mean, other than the blatant leg humping, it could be kind of awesome. And I like the fact that I hope that you can actually see your rivals, because you can all be different colors. It would be neat if you could see your friend getting further than you, and you'd be like, no. That could be good. You couldn't see
exactly that.
Yeah.
I feel like she was about to come out with a magic trick, and doves were gonna just appear.
One-armed running. That's what that was.
It wasn't
I put,
me.
like-
It was the
I think they need to integrate some kind of laser tag to this.
That would be awesome.
That would
Actually,
Fun, yeah.
And not like killing and shooting, just laser tag. I think that would fit well into this world.
what laser tag games are you playing where they have killing and shooting?
Well,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
shooting.
I'm talking like if this was GoldenEye on speed, it wouldn't be as fun because when people would just die in the middle of the run. But if it was laser tag, I think that would be really appropriate for this.
Essentially, where you're trying to get points, not kills.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that would actually be kind of fun.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there probably was some sort of mode, like a tagging mode or something or other.
Yeah.
Eli?
It looks decently well done for an indie game. I just personally don't get the point of it other than I wanted to play Mirror's Edge against my friends. To me, it's like you're buying a partial game that just kind of compensates for what Mirror's Edge was missing. And that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
suppose if this was sold for like $15, that'd be acceptable. How much is it selling for? Do we know?
yeah, no idea. We
Let
know
me
it's
look.
late 2016, so...
It's called Sparkour.
Sparkour, man.
Well,
Sparkour.
now it's listed as available 2017, so fuck that.
Ah.
That is
Oh,
indeed
no.
late.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, fair.
No
fair
price there either, so hopefully it's cheap and they're not going to be fucking dickholes about it.
Well, let's look. Speaking of dickholes, let's go ahead and look in the community page. It looks like it's on It's on Kickstart/Indiegogo page. Oh wait, no. Excuse me. Some idiot suggested that they make a Kickstarter page, not Kickstarter. Excuse me, Kickstart. Yeah, that's the classy fuckers on Steam. Anyway, so yeah, no information whatsoever. Developers have not responded to anything. Who knows? Indeed, who cares? A lot of indie games do take liberties and decide to add or create a mode that wasn't in a AAA game. I feel like that's what this is. This is essentially taking Mirror's Edge and throwing multiplayer into it. Yay. I don't think
it's not necessarily a bad thing. Just have to do it right, which isn't just hard to do. That's just kind of it.
that is true. So we are going to move on to the next one because there's not much more you can say about running really, really fast.
I am curious though as to what are in those boxes.
I love the way your
Bodies.
giraffe broke up.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. That poor giraffe.
It looks
I
like it says
know.
rip, like
Aw.
rest in peace.
Oh, well, close enough. I don't know what's in the boxes. Maybe it's corpses. Who knows? Anyway, the next game is trying really, really hard with the title. It is called Glory Warrior, Lord of Darkness. And there's an age gate, which is just quaint. I'll wait for that to load up. Looks like a Diablo clone to me. Goddamn, Stylo, if you weren't correct on that. Yeah. So take a look at this lovely little trailer thing, right? They couldn't even bother changing the damn colors for the mana and the health. They
Nope.
just moved the hotbars to the left, and that's it.
Oh no, the colors don't bother me. Like having recognizable colors for health and mana doesn't matter. What matters to me is that
It's
I immediately notice that your character is essentially running like a mannequin on strings, which is a little troubling. As how is that? How could you be an
That's-
effective fighter?
Rob,
I
come on
also-
now. That's exactly how I run.
I mean,
It's running like it's on a treadmill.
also like I don't know, the actual text above the NPCs is bothering me a little bit because it's just making me think of like old RuneScape.
Oof.
And then I'm
As
seeing
opposed
like,
to regular runes.
Whoever's playing this.
I should say vanilla RuneScape was that. Way back in like 2003 RuneScape. Point is,
Yeah, go ahead.
like, and then you
Eli?
see too, like, there's
Oh, excuse me. Go ahead.
having it like this kind of, I can't think of the fucking word. What kind of game
What do you
is
trying
Diablo?
to go for?
I'm
What
just
are you
waiting
trying to
for a
go?
sentence to finish.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
It
Kelly,
looks
what are you
too
trying to
it looks too cheaply made. That's
Okay.
my problem.
So
Boom.
it's like low quality.
Boom.
Low quality. The character model fucking sucks. Like seriously.
Like they didn't put any effort into the animations at all.
Well, it looks
Essentially.
like they're trying. I don't know. Maybe if they spent another 2 years on this game, it might look better. But it looks like it's going to be released fairly soon.
It's going to be released this month, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. Eli, I think you had a thing to say, and then Caitlin's going to rant, I think.
I didn't have much to say. It does not look like a game I'd want to play.
Okay,
It's
I'll go ahead.
just,
I will go ahead and do my rant. I love Diablo. I love the first Diablo. I love Diablo 2. I love Diablo 3. Now that there's no, auction house or anything, it's fun. When the developers are asked, and this is a quote right off the Steam page, off the community thing, looks insanely generic. This looks like 100 other ARPGs out there. What exactly does it do that's unique, if anything? Developer responded with, sure, we're lovers of Diablo and Gothic series too. You will be able to craft items, collect herbs or mushrooms on your way, and make potions by using alchemy skills. Also, smithing and mining resources to make your own weapons. Soon will come.
Stop.
Yeah. Does
you
this
can
sound
collect
familiar?
mushrooms and
Yeah.
make potions.
Yeah, by using alchemy skills.
This is amazing.
Right?
Keep reading, please.
It's
I
amazing.
want to hear the
trading
rest of this
grounds.
description.
Also, smithing and mining resources to make your own weapons. Soon will come update. Soon will come up update with more info. If, all caps, you like looting, there will be locksmithing. That can be useful for chests and lockers. At no point did the dev actually answer this person's question.
Can we move on to the next game?
No, I want to see, because Caitlin looks like she's angry.
Caitlin did want to say something. Sorry.
Caitlin, your thoughts.
I hate the player in this trailer.
It's
He's just
terrible.
slashing
Okay.
things, and the gold is all over the floor. Who does that? The best part of any one of these games is the sound of when you pick up the gold. And now he's ruining it. He just leaves it there. I'm so mad. And if you can't pick up the gold, it's just little circles on the floor. I hate the devs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
So it's not the
No, it
fact
looks
that
like
they
you can pick it
basically...
up. It looks like you can pick it up. The person's just not doing it.
You don't mind the fact that it basically sounds like a generic, name generator? Like a crappy fantasy name generator?
I've seen those before, but the audacity to leave all of the good stuff on the ground and to not even have a good animation for picking up gold where the number appears above your head. Screw you people.
It gets better. It really does. Because if you look deeper on the store page, it says, highly detailed environments, AAA standard graphics and animation.
Triple asshole, maybe.
Yeah.
So did they take Diablo and reverse engineer it, then add nothing to it to be re-released?
Then when it
Basic.
came out of the tube, the scientists kicked it right in the balls while simultaneously punching it in the face. Kind of like this. Just.
Huh.
It gets even better reading more down this thing. The devs did
Thank you
take
for the
some-
visual.
Had to make sure you knew.
Yeah.
The devs did take some issue with some of the comments and basically said, the trailer was made up on the beginning of development just to show a sketch of a game. All graphics, fonts, animations, skills, rendering being changed or upgraded. There is possibility
No.
to upgrade your village and build houses and workshops. Then you can create almost anything from resources you will mine. Use broom or spoon as a weapon or tool. I'm going to highlight that, and hopefully that becomes a meme soon. Title
Broom
of
or
the game.
spoon?
Yeah.
This
Title
looks
of,
polished.
title of the game has got a point for the story inside. I'm sure guys, there will be needed deeper video which will pop up at least when we have a beta version ready. You're going to release this fucking month and this is the trailer you're defending? Come on.
This is
Who's the developer?
The developer is some guy in basement. No, I'm
yeah. Some guy's
is-
grandmother's uncle's basement.
that is his actual name. Some guy in basement.
H Games. Oh god, it's even worse. H Games Artworks, and it's published by otakumaker.com. Holy shit. I love that. They have also made Warbirds World War II Airstrike 1942. That's the whole title. Otaku Maker Studio Pack Strategy Number 1, Otaku Maker Studio Pack Part Number 1, Otaku Maker Studio Pack All Games, and Otaku
God, let's just move
Maker
on. Jesus
Studio
Christ.
Pack Shoot 'em Up 1.
Oh.
And yeah, so here's the thing. All right, so I went in. So Hit Tank Pro, Battle Pixels, Control Craft 2, these are like all $2.99, $1.99 games. You're basically looking at a mobile developer that decided to branch
Is
out
this
a
like
little.
Digital Homicide's Asian cousin,
Want
or
to know
what?
how much of a discount I think this game needs to be sold for?
Negative
Ah,
1,000,
They
like they
pay
have to
us
pay
to
you?
play?
Yeah, they
That would be
fucking pay
great.
you.
I at least
I
want to
put my discount for this game in chat.
Well,
That's what.
That's generous.
Yeah, that is.
That's how much of a discount it should be sold for at a minimum.
That's generous.
You're gonna have to pay us to play it at that point.
I don't even know. Here's another game that they've done. If you want to see the terrible, there you go. Yeah, look, I'm not against anybody ever branching out and improving things, but if you're gonna tell me that this is AAA standard,
Standard.
standard, yeah. But I will forever thank them for bringing us use broom or spoon as a weapon or tool. Because
Maybe they meant
technically,
AAA French.
I don't even think the French would want this, and that's saying something. We're going to move on because I don't think there's anything else we can do.
Yeah,
And the next game is Oh Joyous Rapture, another indie survival fucking game. Yay, oh yay.
We don't have enough of those yet. We need
really
more.
don't.
No,
And
we
what's-
do need more
More.
good ones. Don't get confused there.
Well,
Nah.
guess what? This released just today, and it's already got a mostly negative rating on Steam.
Yeah, well.
So if take a look. It's called Last Survivor, because of course it is.
Original games.
Originals. Such original.
Oh, he's waving. That's okay.
That's
Uh-oh.
nice of it.
I got it. Oh, so this game has attitude.
Oh, I bet.
All right. Ladders, you can climb them. I see.
No,
Alright.
you can get stuck in them. I
Was
bet.
that a frame
Is
rate
this a
problem?
person? Do you run around this fast? Is it okay?
You can flip people off too. That's a major selling point.
I can do that now. Why would I want to do it in game? Why?
Because you didn't pay for doing it in real life.
I sometimes do pay for it if I flip somebody off in real life, but
Sometimes, not often though.
yeah, this is true. But anyway,
Okay, it's shown a plane, like 3 different planes. Does that mean you can like get in vehicles and this shit?
no, not
You know
from what?
what?
I can see.
I gotta say, the chop kill that they showed one player doing to another character. What the fuck were they think? Like, you're
Yep.
specifically highlighting the chop kill where you're like chopping halfway down into their body and then yanking the blade back out.
And
They're not
nothing
getting chopped
happens.
open in the process.
Nope.
Can we
Like,
go back to
what?
Sparkour?
No.
No, once you leave the Sparkour, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I
so
just F you to the camera though.
I'm speechless. I'm legitimately speechless at what I'm seeing here. I wanted to say that it was a rip of Rust, and then I realized no, because Rust was slightly less buggy.
Well.
This is just,
Why are you showing me all these fucking planes
I
when
know.
you can't do anything with them? Like,
Yeah, seriously.
Look at this
Is the-
roof. You probably can't get up here. Look at that telephone wire. It looks like a telephone wire.
Is
it's
this
old. Is it rusty? Yeah, it looks like a fucking rusty truck.
is
This
this
is
like wasn't there a show on, was it Discovery Channel or something, that shows what happens after humans die out and nature takes over cities and shit? That's basically what this looks like to me.
Yep.
I feel like that's all it's got really going on right now.
Low res.
Very low res.
Man.
That's the sad part. All right, I think that's probably all we need to say about this. I'm hoping there's something redeemable on this goddamn list.
Please tell me you can at least go Control F to give the finger. If we can do that in the game, then
Press F to pay your
Cool.
respects, right? I got-
Let's see. No, we won't.
So
We're not
I'm
going to
looking-
play this.
Yeah, we're not. I'm looking at the next one, and it is called Quern, Undying Thoughts.
Wait, didn't we talk about what a quim is?
That's a quim. This is a quim.
Wait. Was it
Okay.
Quem or Quern?
It's quim according to the list, but I'm gonna check it out, and it's Quern, Quern.
Okay, because when I looked at it on the list, it looked like it was Quern on the
It's
list
Quern.
too.
Yeah, it's Quern. I was hoping it was gonna be Quim because I feel like that would be a better game. But
Stephen, you have failed at reading.
I have failed at reading. No, I failed at seeing apparently. So anyway, look at this amazing thing. Oh yay! It looks so much like Myst. It basically is Myst, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's Myst. It's totally Myst.
really? It started to
Myst.
look really pretty, but then just no.
And then it reminded you of Myst.
Okay, Myst looked better.
Ah, you know what? That's true.
Despite how long ago that came out, Myst looked better. And there was a reason why, for a long time, Myst was the best-selling PC game of all time. For a long time.
Because then Riven came along.
No, Riven
sequel
didn't outsell Myst.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't.
Quern,
But anyway,
Undying thoughts.
well, mine are already dead.
I am Professor William.
Well, that blows.
Look at him.
Word.
So yay! If you liked Myst
Stupid.
and you don't have access to Myst, even though Myst is like $1 at this point. Yeah. I mean, I liked Myst. I even liked Riven. I don't know why, but I feel like a game that is supposed to just come out soon, shouldn't you list the price?
Yeah.
Like this is the fourth game that
don't
we
know
have
what-
not seen a price for as of yet.
I don't know
You
why
know what?
people don't do that.
I will say, though, like, I have had at least one instance where hearing somebody else reference Myst made me realize how much older I was than them and how much younger they were than me when they were saying that another game was like Riven, like the sequel to Myst.
Oh,
And it's like, Myst would have been my first choice out of the two.
yeah, and
I never
and
played
then-
Ribbon. I only played Myst.
I did recently acquire Myst on the 3DO. Should probably give that a whack one day.
You
On the
should
3DO.
definitely do that.
You should stream that because I
Is it
don't
3DO?
know anybody that has ever played it on 3DO.
Nope.
I don't think anybody's playing anything on a 3DO. I still say we should just
Famp
do
is there.
well on stream. I feel
I
like
did the
maybe-
CDI a while ago.
Yeah, the CDI is always fun to watch. If you don't have a hammer and you have vision.
Play those Zelda games again.
No.
No, it'd be a 24-hour marathon of Hotel Mario. If you're gonna go big,
At least Apprentice was playable.
was it?
Oh man.
It was actually pretty.
Actually, no. I want instead of Desert Bus, you need to play Mario is Missing, the NES version. Just stream that
Yeah.
for a 40-hour stream.
No.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but which company was it that Philips was supposed to be making the CDI for, like, before they decided to release it on their own? Because I remember they were supposed to be making it for someone
with
else.
Nintendo.
It was Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the story goes, Nintendo and Sony were making the PlayStation, which
Yeah,
there was a
and-
recent prototype found.
and-
Yep.
And Nintendo screwed Sony over, and Sony decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep the name PlayStation and stick it to
Well,
you.
from
Make
what
our
I
own.
heard, Nintendo didn't like the terms that Sony was giving them for the console, and because Nintendo didn't want to go with their terms, then Sony just went, okay, we'll just release it on our own then.
No, I think it could be, but I also heard that Nintendo decided to go with Philips and license Mario and Zelda onto their console and let them make their own games onto it. And that was one of two big mistakes that Nintendo has made. So,
Yeah. Well,
What
one
was
to
the
gamble
other
on
one?
what
We've made plenty of mistakes.
Virtual Boy.
Virtual Boy.
Yeah, Virtual Boy, definitely.
Good point.
I actually got a chance to see at the last Portland Retro Gaming Expo. The big crown jewel of the event was to see the prototype of the PlayStation. And
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
What did they actually power it on, or was it just?
It powered on. It's just it didn't do anything.
Did it look anything like the release?
It looked a lot like the 3DO. It looked a lot like the 3DO, honestly.
Interesting.
Let me dig up a picture.
I'm trying to find it myself. Yep, found it.
Yay, Google Foo. Yeah, it looked a lot more like a Famicom, and if you look at the 3DO without those goofy little rounded feet on the four corners, it basically looked like that. And then the CDI looked like a friggin' VHS player. Don't know why.
Yeah.
There you go.
It
There's
just-
one, and then
because
they
Philips.
recently found a newer model that I think Jesus
Oh God.
Yeah.
Jesus Metal Rocks may have covered it on YouTube, but it may have been
probably.
it may have been someone else.
God, that looks awful.
I know,
It
right?
does, doesn't it? It's like they didn't even try.
Also, oh man,
It's fucking horrible.
Speaking of horror,
Ah.
let's
you
move
guys
past
be-
this game to the next one.
wait
Would
a
you guys
second.
be interested in seeing a 3DO stream one day?
Yes, do it.
That's-
No question, do it.
Okay.
Now then, speaking of horrible, Eli, you may want to do that sound again because it's time for our VR game.
Okay.
VRG. VRG.
Arr.
So the game.
Yarg.
Yarg.
We're pirates, in case you couldn't tell.
Are we putting pictures of consoles in the chat?
We could be. We
No,
could
it's
be.
there. Why is it there?
I don't know. Anyway,
Chat, what is it? Caitlin, have you not been listening at all?
I
Nope.
was listening. I was listening about old consoles, but that looks like a Super Nintendo. I don't know.
She was not listening.
super.
She
Yeah, she
wasn't
was not
listening.
listening.
She has no idea what was going on.
speaking of things that look terrible, look at this thing. It is a VR game. It is terrible.
Oh my
Okay.
God, the boobs that they put in that. Holy shit.
The jiggle physics and everything. Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with etchy style jiggle fig. See, can't even say it because it makes me so happy.
Jiggle
Did you
figures?
say, did you say Etsy style?
Jiggle
jiggle-
figures.
Etchy.
Etchy?
Oh, he was
Uh,
playing G games, eh?
But
I'm just
anyway,
kidding. I'm just
feel
kidding.
like
This looks entirely stupid. The
Yeah,
slow mo too, like
if
I
Kellogg were
know
here,
it always kind of is like a draw for Max Payne to do like the slow mo shooting, but seriously,
Okay, now, one thing I noticed, though, is that they make a very strong point of at the very beginning of the trailer showing girls with huge boobs with strong shading on the boobs to highlight them, and then the gameplay. They're not in there. It's
Oh, no, wait.
It's dudes wearing body armor vests.
No. There
Yep.
there is the model from the beginning, not the nurse for
Oh,
whatever reason.
okay, now I see huge boobs android girl with
Yeah,
swords.
there you go. Yeah. So it's really not lying. Made by Viking VR. So
Bayonetta's in this game. Oh wait,
No.
haven't we seen this before? Like 7 times before? Haven't we seen this game? This is just a reskin of the usual VR bullet shooter, isn't it?
but like I get, I don't know. I see what they're trying to do, where like they're trying to have the character be able to like dodge bolts and skip around, but I don't know. The distance looks so short, and it's still just another like standing point shooter. Sam,
Basically. Aw. I feel like Samus pretty much encapsulated the whole damn argument right there.
yeah.
And you know, like, what is the point in, giving the player the option to dodge bullets if that just means you have to slow down the bullets in order to give them the chance to do that? So you're slowing down all of the gameplay in the process.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Why don't
to
you just make it a
experience, like,
fucking point and click game at that point?
I just
think
kind
it's
of like
kinda
the
fun to
fact.
experience like Matrix style esque.
Yeah, but it should be it shouldn't just be an ongoing thing where it's like the bullets are traveling really slow and they're lit up so you can see where they're at, so that you have a chance to make slow movements to get out of the way.
I just like the fact that the human that's playing it and demoing the game looks like she's about to do the Watusi at the one point. But we've seen all of this before, and I feel like if Chris were here, he would probably be loving this. But I also feel like he'd be saying the same thing, that we've seen this before. There has to be something else you can do with VR other than squat and shoot.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I really don't because I'm excited to try VR when I get the chance to.
There's
But
just not
it is
this
a little
VR.
annoying that like there's already 30 stand and shoot
yeah.
fucking games for it. It's like, which one do you want? Army, aliens, zombies,
Big
Army
blue
of
Vikings?
androids?
alien zombies.
See, what I'm looking forward to is like the more creative games. Like, I actually was at a game jam a while ago that allowed us to try some VR where you can actually do some painting, and they had the monitor up, and it was kind of like
I
kind
would
of like
kill
a
for a Bob
Pictionary.
Ross sim. I would love a Bob
Yeah.
Ross sim.
And what you had to
Yeah.
do is you actually had to draw the lines in 3D, and you can walk around it and move it into it. That was a
That's
really
awesome.
cool application. Another really good one that I'm really, really hoping Valve does is get VR integrated in their SFM software. Because if you can do animation just by going and moving the models a little bit and pressing play for stop animation, that would be mind-blowing.
Yeah,
Just
it would.
I feel like blowing is probably the operative term on this one, though. I
On this
look,
one, you-
I
Well,
like
sometimes
VR
you can use a broom or spoon as a weapon or tool. So
as a weapon.
Yeah.
So I really hope we make that a thing. It's maybe too much for a hashtag, but I'm just so tired of seeing the exact same game being reskinned over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I understand the technology is new, and I understand that it's just everybody's trying to do their thing. At least one of them is going to be the standalone shooter that makes it. But
Dreamy
all look the
Warrior
same to me.
just showed up.
It's about
Whoa!
friggin' time, you lazy.
He's crying too. You crybaby.
No
You need-
Twitch alert.
Okay, don't seppuku, but like,
No, I feel like this
Seppuku
deserves a
moment.
seppuku. This is dishonor on his clan and dishonor on his cow, and he needs to do this right now. Do it.
Especially on the cow.
Especially the
because
cow.
of the cow.
Especially the cow. But anyway, speaking of dishonor and other disgusting things, let's move on to the next one, which is yet more VR, yet more walking sim, yet more horror. Yay. The game is called Araya, or Araya. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. So it's a VR first-person horror game. Take a shot for each one of those tropes that you've just heard.
Our Karkinos says he's one of Omega Blade's friends.
Oh, he has friends? Awesome.
Oh, no, he doesn't. This guy's
Oh.
lying, clearly.
Welcome, Karkinos. Is
Oh.
what
welcome.
Welcome.
Uh,
Okay.
oh,
Okay, I can't see this one.
It's a horror game. You're not supposed to see it.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
yeah, visibility, what? Oh, shit! Oh, I see what Dreamy Warrior meant about the feed. He donated $10. Holy shit!
Yay!
Thank you, Dreamy!
Aw, no Twitch alert. So sad.
And hello, Uniyukiso.
That-
Kisu. Yeah.
That replaces Bagon in my heart.
Aw.
What did you catch? What did you catch, Caitlin?
No, I said that his donation replaces what I didn't
Oh,
catch.
his donation. Okay, I assumed you weren't even paying attention at that point, considering you
I
haven't
I
been
was.
paying attention.
legitimately feel like the smartest thing for Caitlyn to do is name all of her Pokemon after venereal diseases.
I
Oh my
have
God.
one named Boner.
That's close. That's really, really close.
Okay, out of this, I just want to try VR Stanley Parable.
I
Just
feel
saying.
like Stanley Parable needs to be VR no matter what. It just needs to. If we can also add Bastion to that list of VR games, that would be awesome.
I love how the wheelchair went slamming into the glass doors at high speed and did nothing to the glass doors.
They're
good-
really,
they're
really
good
good
doors.
glass doors. Yeah. I mean,
This
it's
is just
hospital.
a janitor's night off.
Yeah,
Janitor
pretty
sim.
much.
Yeah. Why is every VR game a job simulator? Why
Is-
are we
is-
doing this now?
Is this set in a hospital though?
Yes.
Because it doesn't look like a hospital, but there's fucking
That's-
wheelchairs everywhere.
That's totally a hospital. It couldn't possibly have any. It's a place called Silent Mound, apparently. It's not Silent Hill.
Silent
Close.
Mound?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait a second.
It looks more like the
Now it looks like a
DMV
terminal.
than fucking hospital.
No,
Hey,
it now looks like a.
Quiet my mound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see Geist in VR.
I feel like that would also. What about Fatal
Oh,
Frame?
and look, they had the whole trope about the lights shutting off in sequence, moving
course it
towards the player.
is. No, this is every hospital I've been in has a dank, dingy, disgusting storage room.
Hey, I worked in one of these. I lived in a storage
I
room.
agree
like
with you, Kellogg.
What?
Does anybody recognize the characters on the sign next to the door? I don't know what language that is.
No, but maybe we'll see it again.
I thought
Maybe.
maybe an Arabic language, but it doesn't look like Sanskrit or anything. So,
Well, let's see if the Steam page is helpful at all. It's not. It's not at all.
no.
Who are we? Mad Virtual Reality Studio is a game studio. Who knew? Dedicated to making the most out of VR technology. So you're literally banking on this being a big deal. Okay. We're also serious horror fans. The view outside our window is a cemetery. Okay.
That's
Location.
I guess. I mean, it would make more sense if they were a rest home near a cemetery, but all right.
Ooh.
This game can be played without virtual reality headset. But why? This game supports the Oculus Rift headset with keyboard and mouse as controller. This game does not support the HTC Vive at the moment. HTC
What?
Vive support patch will come out in early 2017. So basically, this is a game that is a game made by a studio that could be VR, but not really VR.
I don't know if it's a game though. I mean, I haven't seen much indication of that in their trailer.
Players will get a new thrilling experience inside a Thai hospital. Is that just saying that the experience is the Thai hospital or the horror in the Thai hospital? Because really, it could go either way. But it's definitely a hospital. That's the only thing that I know from this so far.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely a hospiil.
Okay,
DMV, it's a DMV.
I just wish I knew what language this stuff was supposed to be in because I
Guessing?
can't. I thought I could tell from the characters at first glance, but I can't. I don't know what language it's in.
Well, it's a hospital in Thailand, so I'm going to venture a guess that it's probably that language, which totally escapes me at the moment.
It's actually the language of the Highlanders.
That would be great. actually.
So
Feel
it's
fun.
so it's basically it's English sung by Queen.
That automatically makes the English way better.
Yeah.
What language do they speak in Thailand? They speak Thai.
They speak Polynesian.
No, not according to this. I'm gonna go with what Google tells me. God damn it!
Wait,
This
so
movie
this
is always
was
right.
made in Thailand.
That's what I've been saying. It's a Thai hospital.
Okay, I missed that part.
I said it like 3 times.
I missed it.
All 3? Oh.
Hey,
Are you
Eli.
sure,
Yes,
Eli.
are you sure it's in Thai?
for the moment.
Missed it.
Not paying attention.
It's this. Anyway. Okay, so it's a Thai hospital and things are trying to kill you. Great.
Oh man.
That's
Yeah, there's
just
not
like
even much of this to talk about. Like,
I have been
that's-
looking forward to VR tech since Duke Nukem Forever first came out. Oh no, sorry. Duke Nukem 3D. Forever just took forever.
And then we
and-
got Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah. But why? Why is it just the same games over and over and over again?
Because it's easy to make. It's the same reason we see every single fucking Unity game that looks practically the same.
yeah, they just don't, like, it's a new technology, so they just don't really know how to expand on certain stuff. That's why, like, before Kellogg mentioned DJ VR sets, where it's like, you know, the music paintbrush and a few other things. I'm
Yeah.
actually excited to see that because it's something very different for VR that I think will be really interesting.
Yeah, I think it would
But-
be really cool to be on stage with your favorite band in VR.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be neat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Or best thing, How about having an actual movie where you can actually interact with it and not?
They already have.
They have
It's
been-
okay.
They have been working on those. There are some VR movies. It's just that
Okay.
you're not actually interacting with it. It's
Ah.
just that you can move around and look at stuff like whatever you want to look at in the scene.
Well, then that would at least allow people to pretend to be their favorite actor or their favorite character or something like that. I feel like we need a VR version of Twin Peaks.
We are getting Fahrenheit 451 up in this. grill.
Twin Peaks of all things.
Yes. Actually, to be fair with you, FNAF, if you wait about 2 months, trust me, you're gonna get Fahrenheit 451.
Fair enough.
If I chose a movie to be in, probably be Dumb and Dumber.
As which?
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
The
Oh,
dog,
I'm
the
taking
dog
these
car.
off.
You want to be the dog van?
Oh my god.
The whole van? You just want to? So you want to play Desert Bus?
He just
the Dumb and
wants
Dumber
to-
experience.
He just wants lots of bullshits.
That's true. Oh, for fuck's sake! There's a character in this game that has the Doge meme on its shirt.
Wow.
Fucking Christ! Really?
Next
This
By
game.
the way,
Yeah.
that was Doge.
Doge? Really?
Yeah,
Because we've been calling it Doge for a while.
No, you've been calling it Doge. It was
I
a,
will call
I
it
call it
it
whatever
was
Doge.
a
I want.
Japanese thing. They labeled it Dog E, as in doggy, and they would pronounce it Doge.
You want to know what's really sad? Out this way in
I
the
pronounce
Pacific
it Doge.
Northwest, people actually pronounce
Yeah.
people pronounce Target as Target to sound fancy. So
Yeah.
They do that all
I've
across
said
America
it like
everywhere.
that before as a joke.
Yeah.
nope. Some people
Would you like to go to
legitimately say it.
Doge?
No, some people
Yeah.
do say it seriously. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
And
It's definitely a real thing.
they are stupid.
yeah, they actually are. Now,
It's
speaking
very
of,
confusing.
Speaking of stupid, I still feel like this should have been like Fatal Frame VR. That's all I want. I get Fatal Frame VR, I'll be happy. Next game. Oh god, it's a fucking sequel.
Something good though, right?
No, it's Frozen
Right?
Synapse. No.
Oh.
Yes. So Frozen Synapse 2. If you played the first one, well, it's gonna get more Synappy, I guess. What more can
More
you do?
Frozen
Oh.
snappy.
More Frozen.
Res in 3D or in VR. Res would be cool.
Res,
DayZ in VR. That'd be
No.
pretty fun.
I don't think so. I don't
What
think
is
so at all.
this?
It's Frozen Synapse.
Yeah, this doesn't look like my kind of game. I don't.
I love tactical games, and this looks dumb to me.
Well, what's great
I
is
don't even
think
like the camera angle. The camera angle looks awful. Like,
No,
But
it's
I don't
annoying.
understand what the point of this game is. What is what?
It's let's see if I can read the buzzword bingo we got going on here. It is the sequel to the award-winning turn-based tactical game. Command your squads in a vast procedurally generated city. That's 3 shots you should have taken already.
What word was it winning?
Enter any building, perform any mission, execute any strategy. I'm gonna call bullshit on all of those
yeah,
because I really
seriously.
doubt that you can perform any strategy.
Yeah, what if I want to sacrifice hostages and then perform a demonic ritual?
What if I
Like
want
seppuku?
one of my characters to run
No,
down?
not seppuku. That's not demonic enough.
What if I want one of my characters to run out naked as a distraction, so I can kill all the terrorists and save the hostages?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd
What
be that.
if we want to have nude supermodels run around in order to just be naked?
What if
Can I make a Trump
can
joke
the
at this
hero have an elongated penis to use as a weapon? Is that a strategy?
Can you
Actually,
get a
This game is
dildo
a
back?
liar. It's a
I think
liar.
we're starting to get back to the Custard's Revenge on the Atari 2600.
It has to be a prehensile penis in order to be used effectively as a weapon. You need to be able to just use it like Indiana Jones's whip.
Yep, it needs to be long and flaccid.
Oh, this reminds me of Rainbow Six for the 64.
The prehensile dick?
No,
Or-
no. The
Alright.
game.
No, he had one of those going before the 64.
Anyway, you were gonna say.
Yeah, like for me, I want to get in there. I'm more of an offense kind of player than more tactical defense. So when I first booted up Rainbow Six, I'm like, okay, I want to go. But then it's like hours of planning, and what if your guy dies? And then it's like, come on, I just want to press start. I want to play. I don't know. This isn't my type of game.
Well,
I'm
it's
sure if I
somebody's.
actually get my hands on it, I might like it.
Yeah.
Like, I like to give things a try at least once. But I don't know. I don't see myself playing this for too long.
Well, apparently somebody gave a damn because it's a sequel. So there's that. I really just don't have any interest in this. I mean, I feel like I probably should, but meh. Meh. I mean, that's all I can say about it. And any other thoughts, Caitlin? We've already lost her.
No, you
we've
haven't
only got-
lost me. I just don't
Oh.
I don't like the style of the game.
Okay.
I think it's too blocky. Like I want more detail in the buildings. I mean, I understand it's supposed to look high tech, but it just doesn't really appeal. Yeah, I don't like it.
Now, you know, this also reminds me of Sparkour. Because of all the nice colors and the...
You just want to bring it back to Sparkour, don't you?
Back Sparkour. That was the prettiest game I've seen tonight.
It's the only decent one we've seen tonight. This is a terrible list. Good on you, Stylo. Seriously. Top notch. This is some top shelf nothing we got going on here. Yeah. So, okay, well that was interesting. So you can kill a shiny thing and it will have like blood splattery paint behind it. Okay.
This will be the next XCOM. I just know it, guys. I just know it. It will be that.
The most
50
recent
bucks on
XCOM
that.
is barely XCOM. God. Anyway, I
Rob.
feel like I should
What?
care, but I don't.
$50 on that bet.
Absolutely not. I don't think bets I know I'm gonna lose.
I feel like if that's the case, then Kelly, you should probably put up Monopoly money on this bet.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 more games, and I don't feel like I have enough liquor to look at either of them. So we're gonna move on to the next one. It's called Far Out, which I was really hoping that this was gonna be a Timothy Leary game. It's not.
No.
I was very disappointed. It is, again, with the buzzword bingo, it is a hardcore first-person survival adventure with dynamically changing gameplay. You're missing at least a word in there. Made with the old school quests. What the fuck? Made with the old school quests. Okay, that was real. Such as The Dig, Space Quest, Another World, and Blade Runner in mind.
What?
If you're gonna reference Blade Runner, you damn well better have a good reason for it. And I have yet to see the reason.
And they're referring to it as an old school quest.
I don't feel Blade Runner was really a quest so much as it was Harrison Ford
story.
bounty hunter.
Goddamn no Oxford comma.
Yeah, there's
I
no
hate
place for the
Oxford commas.
Oh. So
Wait, what
this
did you
is
say,
basically-
Caitlin?
I hate
you
the
said
Oxford
thank you.
comma a lot.
I
Why
love
do you
the
hate
Oxford
it?
comma. Why?
It defends me.
Why?
It is
Because-
necessary.
Unnecessary.
It's to illustrate a pause and a separation in a list.
So,
I will show you the picture,
you can
Caitlin.
show me as much as you want, but it still annoys me because it really isn't necessary, especially by the guidelines of MLA.
No,
Fuck
it
the
is-
MLA,
It is
though.
extremely necessary, and what Eli said is true. Like commas are put, especially in repetition, like a list to create like a pause.
Yes, but you can
And if
have
everybody
them
looks at that picture that I just posted,
But
it
that's
explains a
on
lot.
it
Is this the
specific-
Hitler picture?
You put the and. You don't need a comma before and. The word and implies a pause. Especially.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't necessarily.
And is just an article.
Peanut
Yes.
butter and jelly.
List, it does not need a comma before
Yeah,
it.
you don't say peanut butter and.
Caitlin,
Okay.
the Oxford comma is not the Oxford comma is not always necessary, but there are times where you're saying when you're mentioning specific things as a pair, and you're saying this and this as a single thing.
Then you shouldn't write it that way. Honestly, it's completely optional, and if you can't find a way to not use it, then you got a problem.
Like, whoa, okay. What about
But
Tom and Jerry? Peanut butter and jelly.
gymnastics in language are not a justification for excluding an idea.
Mm,
Yep.
I hate the Oxford
Did you
comma.
post another thing?
Probably one of the
with
most
the-
useful
yep, you
commas.
It is one of the most useful commas. I think the semicolon should get more love, personally.
Yeah,
I say use
agree
the
with that.
Oxford comma where it makes sense.
I love that we are talking more grammar than we are talking about this goddamn low rent piece of shit that we're looking at
Well,
right
it's
now.
important. It's how I read shit when people put that, because like the way I read the description on Steam is as the Dig, Space Quest, Another World, and Blade Runner. Like Another World and Blade Runner are the
sounds
same
like a
thing,
terrible-
but they're
it sounds
not
like
the
a
same
terrible-
thing. They are so different from one another.
It's
And-
like a
yeah, the
terrible buddy
picture-
cop movie.
The
Another
picture
World
that
and
he
Blade.
illustrated does make a damn good point, though. If you don't have the additional comma in there, then you're saying the strippers are JFK and Stalin.
I
Yes.
actually don't
That
want to
is
see
the-
that
I
ever.
completely disagree. I think a thinking human being knows how to tell the difference.
A
No,
thinking
but
human being
sometimes when
barely
you're reading
uses
lots of
grammar.
texts,
And
you
Blade
have to
Runner
think
are
a lot.
No,
Yeah, but keep in
in-
mind, we
in-
don't have thinking human beings anymore.
in
I know,
proper-
but Steven,
in-
we don't have thinking human beings. That's why they don't use Oxford commas.
the
That's right.
thing about the English language, though, is that lists like that, comma-separated lists in English, are not delineated as a list. There is no syntax for identifying that it's a list.
Well, you have to end every list with and. And again, you
No,
do not
you don't.
You do not need the comma. The last thing in the list always has and before it. Otherwise,
Not
it's bad grammar.
space.
Grammar.
It
Grammar.
doesn't-
Grammar.
It does not always have a and in there. It doesn't.
Nope.
That's the thing. English is very open-ended.
If anyone has ever questioned whether or not we are legitimate geeks, fuck all of you for ever questioning that shit. We just had a good 10-minute conversation debate about the usefulness of the Oxford comma. Spoilers, it's fucking useful. Use it, you goddamn people. Anyway, this game,
Disagrees though.
that's fine. She
That's a
can
good quote by
disagree.
Weird Al.
That's, that's fine.
So much drama.
Anyway, so the game is called Far Out. Yeah, it looks a lot. Wow, dogfight. It looks
It
a
looks
lot
like an Oxford comma.
No, it looks nothing like an Oxford comma because this looks useless. Oxford comma is not. This
So
looks
wait.
very much like Alien Isolation, but
They tried to
Let's have a
say that
budget.
this was going to be a lot like Another World.
yes, which
I
is
don't
nothing like what we're
see it.
looking at right now.
Yeah, I know. That's also why that description bothered me, because this isn't like Another World or like Blade Runner. Maybe Blade Runner in the sense that it's in the future, but even
Maybe.
still, Blade
Or in
Runner
the
is
same
not based in
genre?
space. It's
Oh,
based on
hey.
fucking Earth.
So here comes the even more fun. Website link. Of course, I'm going through the community page because I hate my life. And so website link leads to unrelated phone app. I agree with that.
I know
Um,
it.
and of course, the next question is, why is Michael J. Fox on your cover art? Which is a legit. That's a legit question, actually.
That's pretty hilarious now that I see it.
Yeah, you can't not see it now, can you? And of course, there's somebody that's begging the developers for a review copy. Oh, what does
No.
that say? Fred Breeze? No, sorry. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Fabrizzi.
The request is literally, hey, I really liked your game. Can I get the key to write reviews and record gameplay? I love this developer response. Hello, in order to make review and record gameplay, you can purchase game, but it is not yet released. I like this dev now.
Far out.
Yeah, that is far out. That is the nicest way to tell somebody, buy the fucking game, you lazy son of a bitch. What else have they done? Nothing. They have done the... Oh, well, that's interesting. So the original soundtrack and comic book is available free as downloadable content. This
Why?
content requires the base game on Steam in order to play. So, yeah, you get a comic book and the soundtrack from
That'd be
whatever this is.
cool if this game was cool.
You know, I feel like they're just kind of hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, putting this out when there's really no legit reason to do so. This is taking a lot of assumptions that someone's going to care enough to want to see this comical book.
But there are 6 possible endings, guys. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah. Yay. Okay.
6.
When did Chrono Trigger come out with 12 endings? When was that? That was a while ago, right?
Like 1995 or 6? That should be-
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad
96-ish.
I'm glad we got that shit out of the way. Wait, was it 96? Really?
Well, the Super
95.
Nintendo came out in 92.
Well, yeah.
So,
But I remember,
95 for Chrono Trigger.
didn't
okay.
the 64 come out in 96?
96.
96. The Sega Saturn came out in 95 because it was the one that beat PlayStation and 64 to the market.
Okay. I'm wondering, what is your definition of beat? Maybe
In terms of dates. Well, because you know
He was about
how
to shank you there, Rob.
with the Sega Saturn, how
I have
they
two Saturns. I'm still a fan.
Oh, I am too. But the Sega Saturn, like, they released it in the weirdest way because they were supposed to like give a bunch of highlights at E3 and whatnot. And apparently, the year that they did that, like at E3, they were going to be announcing the release date. And when like the interviewers and whatever were like testing it and being like, "Wow, this is great. When does it come out?" The guys were like, "You can go buy it in the store tomorrow." And everyone was like, "Why?" So just like fuck the release date, and they're like, "Yep." And that was fucking it. And then of course, because of that, they kind of got the jump on it, but I just feel like people were already waiting for the PlayStation and N64 at that point, that it just was kind of like destined to fail, unfortunately.
Well, with all the life support that they put on the Genesis, literally CD, 32X, 32X, 32X.
Yeah.
Speaking of life support, let's just get right into the last one because, whoo boy, I will admit that I made it a point not to look at this game before starting the show, but Eli, remember the complaint that you had about Saints Row 4?
You mean the audio?
No, other than that. I mean Saints Row 4 being all alienized and sci-fi and fucked up and...
That wasn't my complaint.
Okay, maybe that was my complaint. Anyway,
Probably yours.
4.
It was mine.
Dead Rising 4 is essentially Frank West is back. Oh yay. He gets space shit now. He gets space guns. He gets an exosuit. Oh yay. I have never been less interested in seeing a game in my life.
Have you ever played any of the Dead Rising games?
I've played 3 of them, and I really don't see why they keep the series going. Why? Why keep it going with Frank West? Can't we just go on to another protagonist?
Because
we did it
like Frank West. He was better than Chuck Green.
Well,
I liked him and I liked Frank West in the Project X Zone games.
Yeah, but there comes a point where it's getting to be like Duke Nukem, where I've seen him enough times, I don't need to see him anymore. But
I mean, I guess I don't know. I view every time I see a new Dead Rising game comes out, I just think like, God, I want another State of Emergency game. Damn it!
Oh, that'd be great, actually.
Yes.
And that game
I want to play
because
because those games, they're so cheesy but so fun.
They are, and I do love. Look, unless he is able to ride a rocket tricycle with a Lego head on, and apparently, if you pre-order the game, you get Incredible Hulk fists, which I can see some fun with that. But other than that, I just don't see it. Like, how many times can you rehash the same thing at this point? Pokemon.
Honestly, when you say unless he can ride a rocket tricycle, like, seriously, that's the draw with Dead Rising, is you can do whatever the fuck you want, and there are these loony, weird-ass, like, childlike things that make no sense under normal circumstances, but you can ride a little tricycle going ding 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 as you run over zombies and just knock them down and piss them off.
I can do that already. I mean, we're going back to the Willamette Memorial Megaplex Mall. It's literally the same fucking thing. Why? Why are we doing this again?
Because there are no new ideas.
I guess they figured they could make more money off of it.
That is true. I mean, this is essentially a Microsoft property now. So, apparently, it's plastered all over the Microsoft store for sure.
Well, I know it's an Xbox, or, well, Xbox and Windows exclusive thing. But it always was. When it
Yeah,
first
the
came out, it was exclusively Xbox 360 for Dead Rising 1.
Well, the publishers are listed as Capcom and Microsoft Studios, so take that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Will.
but it always was an Xbox exclusive
Yeah.
for consoles.
Yeah,
They
so-
released it on the Wii. A different version of it.
Eventually, but when the game first released, it was always
Yeah.
on Xbox.
And
Here's another
the
thing.
Wii-
I'm just
in the
gonna throw
Wii
this out
version,
there. Seriously,
did they
for
give him the Link Sword and Shield? Because I feel like that's something they should have done.
Seriously, for these games too, like when they say console exclusive, can they just like keep like actually stick to that idea?
Yes,
Like console
please.
exclusive only for the first 6 months. You stupid
Yep.
piece of shit. Just wait till it comes out on Steam.
Well, it's a timed exclusive. See, that's how that works.
That
It's
is so
that's stupid
lame.
though. That's stupid. If it's gonna be exclusive, keep it exclusive. Give your fucking company a reason for customers to come back. And
Why? So people can then bitch about how they never get any of the good series?
Yeah.
People are gonna bitch no matter what. To be honest
Hey,
with you.
So
Yeah, they
trivia
will, but
time.
less-
Have you? What was the first game that said that it was console exclusive?
Wait, do you mean are you asking like what our first one was or the actual
The
one?
first
The
one
actual
overall.
first.
I don't know this one. So.
Was
It's gonna be a Mario game. I feel like that's gonna
No.
be. Yeah.
If I'm correct, and someone in the chat, please.
You
get
don't
me-
even know the answer to your own goddamn
nope,
trivia.
I think I know it is. Resident Evil 4. It was supposed to
Uh,
be exclusive on the GameCube,
and that totally wasn't.
and then they released it on the PS2.
Yeah, and then
Oh, okay. You're
the
thinking a
fuck?
single console exclusive thing, but
Yeah.
but still though, there were games that came out on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, original Nintendo. Those were
Well, no, when a third party promised that it was going to be console exclusive.
so a third party single console exclusive. There are a lot of qualifiers in that.
yeah,
Waterworld,
there were, but I
Virtual Boy.
think Fanf is correct because I'm reading Wikipedia here, and everyone knows Wikipedia is the
Absolutely.
ugly stepchild to God.
bastion of-
Um,
Wow. Okay.
it yeah, I think he's right because after Resident Evil 4 came out, that's when Xbox started doing the only on Xbox 360 stuff.
Wait. But what about Chrono Trigger? That was Square Enix, and
PlayStation.
Granted, there
Well,
was a
Squaresoft
bunch of
back when.
only on Super Nintendo. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. It was a lot
Yeah,
sooner.
but okay, so I guess the another qualifier for that is how they announced it too, because back when they just didn't do it the same. I just didn't. I guess I don't see it the same way because back in the '90s they were like Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo because what the fuck else would it be on? Because Sonic's on Sega, and you know that because you were fucking 9 and you play games, you dumb fucking kid.
Wow, your Nintendo executives are fucking angry.
They were. They fucking.
So I made an offhanded joke about Waterworld being console exclusive. I was totally
Fuck that.
wrong. Apparently, it was on the Super Nintendo, the Virtual Boy, the Sega Genesis, the Game Boy, Windows, MS-DOS.
Why make a game out of a shitty movie? I don't understand.
I actually really
Oh,
like
and
that
then-
movie, Rob. Don't be a dick.
God, Jody fucking likes it too. It's a shitty movie.
Don't forget about the
Movie.
Simpsons arcade version of Waterworld.
Yeah. I say Waterworld and Jody's head peeks up, and now she wants to watch it.
Oh, I'm
Watch it, Jody. I will 100% watch it with you.
Dennis Hopper, FTW.
Well, there's always. Let's go with the Virtual Boy a little more. There's Teleroboxer, which was made by the aptly named Nintendo Research and Development 1.
Yep.
So that's technically console exclusive.
Galactic Pinball.
Galactic Pinball. Well, no.
Red Alert,
Technically, we had that on. Well, yeah, Red Alert, the
Um,
Star Fox clone.
which was terrible.
Wario's Woods was another one. Mario Tennis. I don't think anybody. Well, that wasn't exclusive.
Wario Woods. That was
Yeah.
Wario's Woods was on the Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Huh.
There was a Wario game though for Virtual
For Virtual Boy? Yeah,
Yeah.
Wario Land.
Wario
That was
Land. There
one
we
of
go.
the only Virtual Boy games I actually beat.
Yeah.
Great
'Cause
game.
Otherwise,
They
it
need to
just,
bring that back.
otherwise, it just gives you a migraine permanently.
But yeah, no, I guess what I meant was like for when they were starting to make a big deal about this console exclusive.
That's what I meant before, where like they just did. It wasn't as big of a deal because I think people just associated certain things. Like everyone knew that SquareSoft made games for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew Final Fantasy was going to be on Nintendo. They knew, you know, and they knew Phantasy Star was going to be on Sega. It wasn't like really a question back when. They still did sell it in that way where, you know, like these games are only for this console.
You can only get
but,
Donkey Kong on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but I guess it became different when I guess the market became so saturated with games that crossed kind of all consoles that Resident Evil 4 was like a really big one.
Yeah.
With like, no,
They were trying to make a
Nintendo
promise that Resident Evil 4 was going to be console exclusive, and then Capcom broke that promise. And then it's like, well, what the heck?
Yeah, they broke that promise and added extra stuff for the PS2 version, which was the next one that came out.
Yes, which upset all the GameCube fans. But
yeah, that and if you played the PS2 version, the graphics were crap and the extra laser gun weapon wasn't worth it in the end.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going through the reviews on, of all things, the first Dead Rising game, which is on Steam. If you haven't played it on anything else, you're an idiot. And someone played for 20 minutes and said, holy Christ, this was boring. And all the comments are legitimately, what the fuck were you playing? And are you just looking at the tutorial? You played for only 20 fucking minutes. That's basically how I feel about Dead Rising. It's either you're in with the joke or you're not. Now, I love Dead Rising. I really do. But I just feel like it's getting to the point where it's overdone.
I'm going to say somebody playing the Steam port of the original Dead Rising, which they honestly did a really good job on it compared to what they did with Dead Rising 2 and 3 for Steam.
Yeah.
Like on those ones for the ports, they did a shit job. But for Dead Rising 1 on Steam, they did a solid job of porting it. It actually runs really well. But somebody who only had 20 minutes of playtime on it makes me think that they played the first part of it where you're in the chopper and all you can do is take pictures. The first part of that game pissed me off because it's like, I don't want to sit here and just take fucking pictures.
You don't want to Pokemon Snap your zombies?
Yeah, Pokemon Snap, man.
I hate Pokemon Snap.
Aww.
It was like so completely like against everything else in the game. That first part, like, why did they put that in there? I think they just played that part and got pissed off at it and quit. And it's like, you have no idea what you're missing out on.
I would love to play a Switch Pokemon Snap. I think that'd be cool.
Fair enough.
I seriously thought Pokemon Snap was one of the most like boring N64 games.
Oh,
no, you obviously haven't.
Pikachu?
You
that one was stupid as shit.
Then you haven't played Quest 64 if you want to talk boring as fuck.
Oh, Quest 64 is terrible.
Thank you. But anyway, since there's not much more you can really say about Dead Rising because, you know, it's Dead Rising, you're going to want to play it. There's just no question about it. It's fun. It really is, even though I think the series is played out.
It's like a juicy hamburger that you want to eat every so often, but you can't sustain on it.
And you want to run it over with your car to get that goddamn achievement because you have to kill the 5,000 zombies in order to get the achievement.
Oh, you forget. There's the achievement for 53,564, something like that, zombies, which you can only get by going into the parking garage and taking the car and running through the crowd and then leaving, coming back, doing it again, leaving, coming back, doing it again.
Do you know why they did that number?
Because that's the population of the town.
I think it's because the achievement.
No. The achievement was for you killing a number of zombies that matched the population of the town.
Okay.
What a terrible idea.
There's a reason for it. There is one more piece. There was one, I can't remember what game it was, but they made an achievement that said that we have more zombies than Dead Rising by 1. And they made that the achievement that you killed everybody. So then the next game, Dead Rising 2, I think it was, or Dead Rising 3, one of them, they actually made one more achievement by adding one more zombie, saying we have more zombies than that other game. I can't remember which original game it was.
Yeah,
but
The population of Willamette, Colorado is 53,594. Therefore, if Frank kills this many zombies, he has killed the entire population of Willamette.
Yes.
Other games such as Left 4 Dead, Prototype, and Dead Nation also include a reference to this achievement, where they had an achievement that requires them to kill an amount of zombies barely higher than the one in Dead Rising.
There we go.
So those are the 3 games: Prototype, Left 4 Dead, and Dead Nation. Dead Rising 2's achievements, Z Genocider 2, Genocide Harder, and Zombie Genocide Master require the player kills 53,596 and 72,000 zombies respectively. Rock Band 3's achievement, Hopocidal Maniac, requires someone to perform 53,596 hammer-ons and pull-offs total. Yeah, because we needed to somehow tie in Rock Band with zombies.
Specifically with
Hey,
Dead
speaking of
Rising.
which, did any play Rock of the Dead? That was a great game.
Typing of the Dead. I sat down and was sober throughout the entire Uwe Boll movie of House of the Dead.
Oh,
Rock of the
God.
Dead. Wow.
Rock of the Dead with Neil Patrick Harris.
Is
Thank you.
Uwe Boll dead yet?
No, but his career is he quit.
Is who?
Uwe Boll.
Boll.
The
Who's
guy
that?
who made all
He's a
those
German
terrible-
filmmaker that was taking advantage of German tax loopholes to make money by producing movies based on video game licenses that he got for next to nothing on
they were all
investor
terrible.
You mean
money.
like that's the guy that made Blood Rain?
He made
Blood
did-
Rain,
he
Blood
made
Rain
the
2,
Blood Rain movie.
Postal.
Yeah. Postal was the best one out of all the
Oh, he
movies.
made Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, he did the Alone in the
No.
Dark movie. He
Ah.
did House of the Dead. He did a bunch of shit. And
I
like
loved House of the
basically
Dead. I loved House of the
basically
Dead
he
because
bought up as many game licenses as he could for movie rights, and then he produced them as fast as he possibly
In the
could.
Name of the King was another one.
in the Name of the King, yeah.
Dungeon Siege.
Alone in the Dark was another one, if we haven't mentioned that one.
Yep, I said that initially, but wow.
I loved the House of the
Tara
Dead
Reid is
simply
in
because
Alone in the Dark. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And Christian Slater.
yeah,
I
and
love-
Christian Slater.
I am
I
gonna look
loved
up this movie
the
on YouTube.
House of the Dead one just because the rave scene had like 6 people. That was the whole rave.
Oh, and by the way, one of Uwe Boll's selling points for the House of the Dead movie was how many cuts they did.
Yeah.
He said they did more cuts than any other movie, and it's like, that what? How the fuck is that a selling point? Your movie sucks.
Speaking of suck, I'm taking a look at the Steam front page, and wasn't. Oh, so refresh my memory on this one. Wasn't there a game that was aping the? It was called the War Z, I think, at some point, and then it was taken off the Steam store because it sucked, and then it came back as Infestation, and now it looks like somebody's taken over that, and it's now called Infestation: The New Z, and it's now developed by Fredericus, and the publisher is OP Productions, LLC.
Oh God, not that name. Why would they go with that name?
I don't know, but I thought it was funny because Fredericus AB is the developer.
Oh my God!
Does that look?
The coincidence!
The coincidence is way too strong
With a
on
Z.
that shit.
None of us is ever going to play this game, or they're fired.
We're not even hired. What are you
We're
talking
not
about?
allowed to play Dead Rising 4?
No. The other game that Steven was talking about.
You should take a look in the chat once in a great.
I am looking in the chat.
Well, keep watching, and then I'll post it.
We were talking about fucking Uwe Boll movies, and then
We
other
were.
shit, and
And
then he
then-
brought up the stuff with that game.
I found a terrible, terrible coincidence, Caitlin. I think
Mhm.
you need to see this in
I
one
know,
second.
you said that the guy who made... What did he make?
No, not that. Click on the link in the chat that I just posted there. Why are we... Yeah, anyway. It just seems a little weird if you take a look at the
Oh
link.
my god,
and-
this
and
fucking
you look
game.
at the developer and then look at the publisher and then try
Yeah.
not to have a flashback.
No, I see it. I had a flashback when you were talking about it. I just want to know what game it was.
It is called Infestation: The New Z.
Can we send an anonymous request for them to review this?
Well, it looks like someone's already claiming that it should be reported for fraud, which reads, these are the same scammers who did the first game, lied about almost every features on the store page, and even said the game was going to be free to play at launch. They're even the same people behind Big Rigs Over the Road Racing.
Big Rigs!
Yeah, I remember that.
Yay!
Best game never!
Ah.
Oh
This
my
actually
god!
looks
One
kinda
the
fun,
the,
though.
the one positive the one positive review for this game. I think it's like Minecraft.
Where?
They haven't
How?
even played it. I think it's like Minecraft.
You know what's sad about this is that there's 2,243 people playing this fucking thing right now.
I know.
Bots. They're all bots.
Probably. God, I hope so.
It's
The
so-
patch notes must be amazing. Added gameplay. Added bot. Overall, yeah. Fixed a crash related to skinning items. Fixed a crash/kick when a player exits a car. Fixed multiple small UI crashes and bugs. Fixed a bug where switching slots
They
while
have-
reloading would bug the reload animation so that ammo
Are we
would
even
fly in
talking
the
about Dead
air.
Rising anymore?
No,
we don't
we've
need to
given
discuss
up.
infestation.
Wait,
The game
Steven,
is
you said that they had a UI crash?
Fixed multiple small UI crashes and bugs. Yes, that's legitimate.
Multiple UI crashes, and they call them small. A crash is not small. That is your game getting killed by shitty code. I programmed UI. Like, I would spend hours a day programming UI. That should not be crashing your fucking game.
But no, guys,
Depends
we've
on how
actually
many
stopped
font
because
size, like the different font.
we already
they're
know that
using
Dead Rising 4 is going to be a big deal, so we're done. So go away. You were saying, FNAF, about the UI and the fonts and the whatnot?
Nah, I was making a bad joke.
Oh, that's okay. The bad jokes are getting even worse because I'm reading more of the patch bugs. Airdrops will now attract zombies upon landing. Fixed a bug where the grenade would attract zombies when landing on the ground before the explosion. That's not a bug. I would like that. That was not a bug in Left 4 Dead. Fixed the battle royale camera shake bug. If you still have this problem, fully empty the selected character's inventory. This will fix the problem.
So get rid of all your stuff, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So apparently, battle royale is the PvP mode. So they're literally telling people, okay, lose all your gear, you'll be totally fine. Fix the problem.
So I can just see the devs sitting there waiting for someone to read that and then do it so they can snipe them and get stuff.
Anyway.
I would just like to add in there, though, I really enjoyed the original Dead Rising, so I would gladly play this one.
Okay.
Just to try it.
Yeah, but Eli, do you think we should make Stylo play this because it's free and stuff?
Free?
It's
free?
It's apparently free. Let me double back there.
You're talking about
free? Nope.
Dead
Oh,
Rising?
free to play Friday.
No, for free to play Friday. Infestation, the new Z. We need to
Oh,
make
yeah,
Stylo
make
sad.
him play that. Make him play that, yes.
Anyway, that is the point where we are at now. We are going to start shilling things because Rob has to cry. Rob, let's start with your crap. What are you doing this coming week?
Tomorrow is going to be another episode of Retro Haven. Going to be playing more Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'll just plug Jody's show for Paper Mario tomorrow, which is actually before Retro Haven. So check it out.
Okay. Caitlin, you're going to marathon the living fuck out of Pokemon, I'm assuming.
No, I'm actually going with my lovely boyfriend to spend Thanksgiving with his family and coming back
Pokemon.
Saturday.
Mostly Pokemon.
You know what? I might be able to do a Sunday morning stream. Actually,
Mostly Pokemon.
Do we have anybody in the Sunday morning slot right now?
It's Sunday.
Nope.
Who cares?
Why don't
Not
we
yet.
do Good Morning Pokemon on Sunday morning since I'll be back Sunday? How about
Well,
that?
there you go.
I'll be back with Pokemon on Sunday after my break.
Fair enough. Eli, you're doing the game show.
Yeah, the game show Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's where you come play games against us, win free games if you can beat us.
And you're even
Pretty
going to
sure.
do that on Thanksgiving Eve as well?
Eve. Wait, Eve.
Which is tomorrow.
Eve
That's
is the night
tomorrow.
before.
Is Thanksgiving 24th or 25th? I don't know. I don't
It's
care about
Thursday.
it.
It's always
When does it
Thursday.
matter?
I don't give a shit about family crap. Come on, give me a break.
Okay, but Thanksgiving, your entire life has always been on Thursday.
Nah, except 1987 there, Eli, when they changed it
Ah,
up. for American
see?
citizens.
You never know. It might sneak up on
it's been a toss-up, but I'll probably go live, and if people show up, I'll keep playing.
That's vaguely fair. All right.
Yeah.
And then FNAF, your point and purpose.
So what I'm probably going to be doing is showing up for the game show on Thursday.
Cool.
And then it sounds like I'm going to be possibly doing some 3DO on Friday. Sounds like there's enough interest. So that is if anybody else is around or interested in watching it. I guess I'll take a pause from my classic NES without an S. Or sorry, classic NES without the NES on a real NES. I'm up to 12 games beaten so far, so I think that's going pretty well. Yeah, other than that, just going to kind of relax this weekend. We'll see what happens.
Fair enough, fair enough. And of course, this damn show, whatever you want to call it, the TorchFork Tuesday show, is every friggin' Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. And maybe I'll be bothered to stream. Probably not. I don't really care. If I am going to stream, I don't bring my crappy stuff over to this channel. I keep it sequestered away and isolated on my own because it's just not ready for prime time in any way, shape, or form. But that is the show for tonight. If you want to see any more crap and see any of our schedule, you can check it out at torchforkmob.com. That's torch like a torch, fork like the damn thing you eat with, mob like the mob. .com. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram for some reason, subscribe to us on YouTube, and read the goddamn rules. Oh, you should have done that already. That is the show for tonight. Go commit seppuku, have fun, sleep off your hangover, go away.
Pokemon.
Go away.
Good night.